Hey, this is John, host of MGTOW is Freedom. Welcome to the channel. I want to thank all of you for coming here. Please, for all MGTOW channels, on every video, like them or not, give them a thumbs up. Thumbs up. That way YouTube has to recognize that MGTOW videos are appreciated by everybody. And they should actually start putting them up, making them a suggestion on YouTube. Wouldn't that be great? If we could use their computers against them. Alright, so let's move on from there to the subject of the video. There's a couple of subjects kind of rolled up into one that I've decided to do. I had someone comment the other day saying, you know, I really want to have a kid, but I don't want a woman in my life. How do I deal with that? You know, other people, of course, they love to say, well, what are women good for? You know, and yet someone else says, well, what if I want a friend who's a woman? You know, does that make me less of a MGTOW? You know, so let's kind of look at all of these things. You know, let's start with some early sayings that I got about women when I was younger. One of them came from a movie called Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. And the line was Don Johnson's line, and he said, "Never chase women or buses because you always get left behind." And another friend of mine used to say that if women didn't have pussies, the dump would be full of them. Meaning, other than sex, what fucking purpose is there to them? So let's look at the purpose of women. What purpose do they really serve us as men? You know, what are they good for? Well, they're for doing menial tasks that we don't want to do for ourselves. Cleaning. It would be better if someone cooked for us. It would be better if someone did my laundry for me. Right? Cleaning for me, laundry for me, cooking for me. Stuff that a woman is capable of doing, but I don't want to do for myself, right? Make me a sandwich. You know, what else are women good for? They're good for sex. Right? They're good to fuck. They're good to get a blowjob from. Right? Well, you know, if you want children, now we'll get to the surrogate question. If you want children, what good are women? Well, they're required at this time in history, as they always have been, to procreate, to make more little yous, right? Whatever you are, you want more of them, little yous all over the place. It's something that's kind of built into us biologically. In a lot of ways, it's a dirty little trick that's played on us, biologically, biochemically in the brain. Makes us want to make more of ourselves, to procreate. Well, let's start with procreation. You no longer have to get a woman, marry her, take care of her, buy her all her shit, give her every whim she has, destroy yourself, cut your own cock off, right? Change your life around and give up any hope of satisfaction in order to have a child. You don't have to do that. It's called getting a surrogate mother. Now, I don't know a lot about the subject. Okay, what I do know is that you can get a woman to be a surrogate. I used to work with one. I think she'd done it one other time, so I talked to her during her second. She was a total bitch. She was a fucking snotty little cunt. She was a pain in the ass feminist, and I used to give her shit all the time for it. You know, and she would just try calling me names, and it was really a ridiculous setup. Zero intellect in her brain. But what she had figured out is that she could make babies and then get paid for it. I believe she gets paid $60,000. So one way or another, either as a prostitute or a surrogate mother or as a feminist parasite, women use their sex organs to get money out of men. Pretty fucked up deal, isn't it? It's a fucked up situation. If you want a woman to do anything for you, you've got to pay through the fucking nose for it. Asinine, right? Anyway, so that's how you get a child. Go find a surrogate. What I wouldn't do is I wouldn't want a fucking bitch. I wouldn't want that into my genetics. Unfortunately, it's fucking hard to get rid of, isn't it? Hard to find one that isn't a bitch. So, we got that going for us. If you like a fucking quest, there's one. Find a surrogate mother who also isn't a mad, lunatic, raving bitch. Not to mention all the other fucking problems they have that are heritable. Okay, so let's move on. What else are women good for? Making a sandwich. You can pay for every service a woman wants to give you. They're really not good for anything. So as my other friend says, well, if they didn't have pussies, the dump would be full of them because everyone would just get rid of them. And that is precisely what MGTOW is doing today. It is telling men, hey, as soon as you take out the pussy, right, as soon as you take that out of the equation, what do you want to do with them? Men are like, fuck them, throw them the fuck away. Why do we want women? They're nothing to us. Nothing. They're nothing. They're worth nothing. As a surrogate mother, you have to pay for them. As a wife, you have to pay for them. As a real mother, you have to pay for them. Probably the cheapest way to have a woman is to pay her directly for those domestic duties which you would like. Maybe you only want to cook your own food half the time or 75% of the time. We don't even need women to cook. You can go to the fucking store and get food. You can go to a restaurant and get food. Right? How about cleaning your house? Yeah, you can get a maid to clean it. Get some bitch, but better lock your shit up. She'll probably steal it. Or scope your fucking house out and have her fucking white knight simp boyfriends steal it. You can't trust these fucking bitches. As far as sex goes, the robots are coming. At some point, they'll be the perfectly not gonna steal your life and ruin you a sex robot. Okay, but other than that, there's prostitutes, or you can just pump and dump. Pump them and dump them. Now, let's get down to what other purpose is there for women in our lives? Does a man want a woman as a friend? And I think this is an important question to ask. The friend zone. See, I have a real hard time with this one. A really fucking hard time for a lot of reasons, but I can't imagine that unless the woman is just like me, right? She needs to be just fucking like me. Like the same shit I like, not like the same shit I like. She can't be competitive with me. Not in a way where she's pretending to be a man. She can't want my money at all. Right? She cannot want me to pay for her. To give her everything she's ever wanted. She can't destroy my life. And that's basically what women want to do, isn't it? So how do you find a friend who's a woman that likes exactly what you like without being a competitive bitch about it, without trying to fucking outdo you? And if she's good looking, you're going to want to have sex with her. Now, can you have a woman that you're having sex with that isn't going to turn around and start controlling you? That's what that whole friend zone thing is. Let's just be friends and we'll take the sex out of the equation. Well, that's not how men fucking think. And men, if you like women who, it's hard to imagine. Are you going to become a woman to be her friend? Or are you going to be a man? That whole friend zone thing is just a fucking mystery to me. I wouldn't want to be in the friend zone. I can't imagine a reason to do it. What good are women to us if they're not taking care of us domestically? Right? If they're not a sex toy. Right? Or if they're not making babies. There's no other reason for them. I can't find a purpose for them in my life anymore. Because they are all toxic parasites. They want your stuff. They want to control your life. And they don't want to be your friend. Man, whenever I try doing this, I rack my brains. That's why I haven't got to this video till now. Women cannot be friends with men. Feminists can't be friends with men. Maybe there's the perfect woman out there, this unicorn again, right? That doesn't want to control you and take your money and just wants to be your friend. Do you think that's even fucking possible? Can you imagine the scenario? I can't do it. It's hard for me to imagine how a man could want to be a friend of a woman, a feminist woman, because that's what there is out there, right? Feminists cannot be friends with men because a feminist's whole purpose is to use a man. So they can't really be exactly like you. They can't have a relationship with you where they're not competing because they believe they're your equal. So let's see, in order to have a woman friend, she can't be a feminist. You have to be fucking her. She can't think she's your equal. She can't try and destroy your life and take all of your stuff. That's the ideal woman friend. Okay, let's try that again. In order for a man to be friends with a woman, he's got to be fucking her. They have to be exactly alike and complementary in personality. She can't want to compete with him and be a feminist in any fashion. And she can't try and take over his life, destroy him, take his money, control his thoughts or his behavior. What do you think the odds are of finding a woman like that? Otherwise, I'm going to tell you right now, time to take the garbage truck to the dump and just get rid of them all. Unless you've seen a woman like that, right? That's a fucking rare creature if I ever heard one. Because every time I see a woman who's in the friend zone with a guy, guess what she's doing to him? She's manipulating and controlling him without giving him any pussy. She's using him for his social status, his money, his house, his car, and his time. And he's not getting any pussy. He might be enjoying some time with him, but I guarantee she's going to dominate him and she's going to control him. Because that's what feminists do to men. They do not take a back seat to men. Their idea is to get as much from a man by giving as little and making the man want more from them, right? The hook. Once they set the hook, they just kind of reel him the fuck in. Make him their little puppet. Make him their bitch. So, is that what happens? Yeah. Now, let's look at the way a marriage works. A man looks at a woman, he says, I want a sex toy. He goes, I want someone who kind of gets along with me. I want some kids. Right? I want a sandwich. I want some housework done. And so she says she wants the same things. She kind of does those things a little bit. She gets him hooked with the pussy. Gets everything she wants. And then does what women in the friend zone do, and that is cut off the sex and start making the man behave the way they want. The friend zone is just another game that women use to practice so that when they do get married, they'll know how to control a man perfectly. They'll know how to get everything they want from him, without giving him what he really needs. The friend zone is an advanced game, an advanced academic game. It's a social game, a social academic game feminists use to learn to conquer men. Right now, young men don't want to marry women just because they're not attractive to them. So feminists are changing the way they play the game and going after these young men with the friend zone. But it's the same purpose in the end. To deny man his needs and to get what they want. I've seen it too many times now with these dumb young fuckers. These little simps, these little white knights, these little manginas, these little metrosexuals. Relationships with women, it's like fucking cats and dogs. Okay, it don't fucking come easy. And I can't see how it works because eventually someone's going to be fucking someone. What do you guys think? What do you think of the friend zone? Is it possible for a man to have a woman as a friend? And if so, under what conditions? Whether or not they sound totally fantastic. In fact, I'll do this. Let me challenge you guys. What are the fantastic conditions under which you could have a woman as a friend? And what good are women? Right? Right? Once you start chasing them, all they're going to do is string you along and leave you in the dust. Never chase a woman or a bus. You'll always get left behind, right? So the secret phrase for this video is safe space. Safe space. Slip that into your comments. Safe space. And then I'll know you watched the whole thing. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching this video, for commenting, because we are right now, on this video and all my other videos, the purpose of this channel is to teach men, to give men a place to discuss things, to learn from one another, to bounce ideas off each other. This is exactly what little girls do, right? And I'm not saying MGTOW are girls. I'm saying that's what girls do when they're very young. They teach each other social skills so that they can get their way. Men need to teach each other social skills regarding women so we can get our way. Women want to control men. That's the way they want to get. Men want to be left the fuck alone. Totally different than feminism. MGTOW wants to be left alone. So we need to learn those social skills and games so that we can fucking keep the parasites off us. Okay, that's my opinion. But please, let's have some fun with this one. Take any of the challenges I threw out there. Take them in the comments. Safe space is the magic word. Hit subscribe. Hit the little bell for notifications. Share this video with all the men you know who could benefit from it. Whether they're old, young, somewhere in between, single, married, engaged, dumb motherfuckers. Engaged for a second or third time, really dumb motherfuckers. Right? If you haven't learned, right? Okay. Anyways, some guys get women that are so fucking horrible. They think that they just picked the wrong woman, and they don't realize they just picked one that was a more obvious feminist. Right? And the next one they get will be the same, worse, maybe a little better, but fuck, you know, what do you want, hell at 1,000 degrees or hell at 1,100 degrees? They're both gonna burn you to a fucking crisp, and women burn men to a fucking crisp, to a dried out hull. Alright, that's it. Thumbs up this video. Semper Fi, I have the penis. Out.